Montreal. Who said Montreal?
I didn't do the Montreal one.
He said
He started at
Montreal.
Montreal.
And then I was like, yeah, but like, are you going to close down to buy up 50% of Rain Cloud? He's like,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Okay.
And
Big
Big
Nag.
Nag, and
Baines
bringing
back.
Baines back. And then we fucking went off. And then it was like, oh, my car's in the shop and this and that. And
Bunch of funny guys out here. Eh?
In hindsight, it was pretty good.
No,
Pretty
but
good.
in hindsight. But I swear to God, I fucking died when Kurt jumped in. I was like, oh, here we go. I'm like, come on, you were the chosen one. And he fucking jumps right into it head first. He's like, fuck it. Roast session is in session.
Anyways, welcome.
Well, welcome back from crippling depression.
Yeah.
Reflection time, guys. You know what? I think over the last month we've
Oh,
been the most
shit.
productive.
Right into it.
I think we've been the most productive that we've been in a long time, and I feel like, you know, I feel like if we keep it up at this pace, we'll be nowhere in
Very soon.
Soon.
Yeah.
soon time and nowhere. Do you guys agree? Disagree?
Yeah, no,
opinions?
I think you're right. I think we haven't put in any effort over the past month.
On,
I think
I'm the
we
one
have
that's
it
been putting in all the work.
the most, and
Yeah.
Like
it's
the
very
editing.
it's very evident by all the stuff we've been putting out. That
Yeah.
we're putting in the most
So
effort.
When
Okay.
Sadi does the most work, nothing gets
Nothing
done.
gets done. So
Exactly. Look out for 10 episodes of Minority Report coming out tomorrow.
Zach's just salty now. Now he's gonna throw shots at everybody.
Just you.
He's
I came here just to.
I came here gun loaded.
yeah. Zach's like, I'm not gonna miss the opportunity to
You
fucking.
think you're good at this shit?
Yeah.
Like, just you wait.
He's driving here and just busting ass
He's like, I'm writing like notes down as I'm
Yeah.
going. Like,
He has like a piece of paper. He's like, all right, what do I say? What's the next one?
you
He's
know,
like-
you know what, Sam? Yeah, well, you live in Surrey.
Yeah.
So just for context, we were ragging on Zach in
Yeah.
the group chat.
It happens.
As we do with everyone, we equally.
No, we
rag-
only rag on Zach always.
It's
in
true.
forever,
It's
he
all
is.
about.
So now Zach's had enough.
Yeah,
and
Zach.
now
Zach.
he's taking shots at
And
everyone.
now it's Zach Attack. Zach Attack episode
I'm
1.
taking my 1% of GMV.
Yeah. Actually, I think you have 2% now because of that drawing. I think that
Oh,
gave you an extra
damn.
percent.
Oh, awesome.
drawing upgrades.
But you lost 100% of Rain Cloud, so
Oh,
I guess no.
Oh.
Someone say I
don't-
lost 100%. Someone say I gained 100%.
Ooh, nobody said
No,
that.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Gray took everything to Montreal. Shout out Gray.
jeez.
Never came back.
Hey, whoa.
We're gonna
whoa.
bleep that out.
Sim's dad never came back either. We don't fucking. We're not. No jokes.
Yeah.
Too soon. Too soon. Too real. All right.
Maybe
Too
they're-
soon.
maybe
Yeah.
Too soon.
Too soon.
It's only been 26 years.
Maybe they're huffing gas behind a gas station together. Who
Ooh.
knows?
Sim's dad and Gray.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like,
It'd be weird if he's nicer to Gray than you ever was to me.
yeah.
I don't even know who Gray is.
At least your dad's still out there somewhere.
I don't even know who my dad
It's a
is.
bit of a gray area.
Ooh, but he's gonna not be here all week, folks. He's
Yeah.
got to be in the shop with his girlfriend.
He's got gray scale. Look, I'm done.
All right. So the past month we've no
You get your
no.
announcer voice on.
No.
Let's not sing double. Just reflect. Everybody
No,
shut up.
I
Reflect.
thought that was his
That was my
regular
real voice.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, "What's going on, guys?
No.
It's Brad here." No, it's like
It's
they melded
his
together.
announcer voice and his regular voice have
Become
got a
one.
symbiotic
All right,
relationship.
yeah, it's
now.
like Venom. Okay, so what do you want me to use?
Yeah,
My
sorry.
Leyland's
No,
voice?
just keep talking. I'm sorry.
Boys,
For the last.
for the last one.
Is this in the
Nice
joke podcast? Guys?
Oh, sorry. This is the reflections. Let's reflect.
Excuse
if
me while I
anyone-
pick my teeth.
If anyone's gonna fucking talk over my reflection, then you go right ahead. I think in the last month we.
Swing and a miss.
What's
Okay, keep going. Over the last month.
what is that? Uncooked sushi? I hardly do. Or what was it? I don't know.
That was so
So bad.
That joke fell flat.
Yeah. Flat?
It made it in though.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, sorry.
It made the cut.
That's from
Okay.
saying no.
So in the last month, I think that we've all put in minimal effort, but we've all wanted to try and get together. But like the holidays, even 2017, I was talking to Kurt about this earlier today. 2017, the same thing happened, and it'll always happen. And I know that even when, and I still say when, not if, when we fucking are like 5 years or 10 years, 20, I don't know, whatever time in the future, and we're really consistent with it and all that good stuff, I still think that during the holidays, everyone's just gonna have shit. Work gets busier, life gets busier, spouses, girlfriends, this, that, like everything in between. Like we'll still get together, but all like the workload will always be, unless this becomes our full time job and everyone quits their jobs and this is it. Then I can see it being different. But if Sim's still running his can't say the business and Zach is
Drug
working
dealer.
with I don't know, maybe it's children now or adults, I don't know, and
Maybe children.
and we're all doing our own stuff still while doing this on the side. I always feel like the holidays will be like it's downtime, and because on our free time, and Kurt's like, well, if it's not our free time, if we're not spending on this, then like are we gonna really make it anywhere? And I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but it's like I already know that like I don't take it too much to heart because this happened in 2017, 2018. I can see it happening again in 2019. It's not that we don't care about, like we do. Like Zach's working on pictures, and me and Kurt tried getting together like twice, not 3 times or twice in the entire holiday thing. And like I fucking had an episode of Seeing Double done 90% for the last 7 weeks. 7. Like I could have posted. If I followed Kurt's advice, which is just fuck it, brat, post it, it would have been up 7 weeks ago. But like I fucking don't follow Kurt's advice, which is obviously a poor decision on my part. And I fucking had an episode of Scene Double, and I just feel like none of us love it any less because again, like this comes back to like we love getting together and working on things and getting drunk and filming Scene Double, and we still like we were writing. Me and Zach wrote an episode of Front Desk, and Curtin like wanted to get together to do the intros and stuff, so we all care still. It's just I feel that fucking life gets in the way during the holidays, and I feel like we always slow down just a little bit, but we're gonna get back on the saddle and get our cars out of the shops and no all right, not time for jokes, but I think that we are gonna pull it together, and if we don't, I mean, fucking like Kurt said, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like we all have our lives, and this is Kurt's dream and Zach's dream and Sim's and mine's dream.
Mainstream.
To a lesser extent than them, of course, because they're like artists at heart and whatever. But I don't know. I think that we will pull it together starting 2019, just like we did start of 2018. We were on our A game, fucking filming and stuff. And they'll still. And I'll be straight up. I already know the first month of January is gonna be a clusterfuck at our house, because our first niece is being born next week, and so like it's gonna be fucking hella busy at the house with help like raise the kid and all that stuff. So the amount of time
People are gonna be coming over.
like coming out, like if like obviously if my mom like these guys want to get together to film a Seeing Double, and my mom's like, yo, like you guys gotta watch the kid, like fuck the Seeing Double, it's priorities, right? Like Kurt says, it's always priorities. And so like I already know that January's gonna be kind of like wishy-washy just because the kids are gonna be here next week, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to do things, and like February won't pick up and stuff like that. But like whenever we do get the chance, I know that I'm down to work on writing episodes. Like Zach came over just randomly one night, and because he was at work and he finished work, and then he scooted on over to my house, and we fucking literally worked for 2 hours. And
Actually, we streamed.
we streamed and did all this stuff, and it's whenever we get the chance to, we all have it in ourselves. Like we all have it in our hearts to want to make stuff. It's just life gets in the way, and as of right now, this is not a career or anything like that. We're not getting paid for it, so it's a hobby, and we're doing it. And one day we hope to. I'm pretty sure we all agree. We hope that we can make it this career. But as of right now, like fucking, when life gets in the way, you just got to deal with the shit that's going on. And when the car's in the shop, you just got to get it done. And then when the girlfriend's
in the shop, gotta take the bus.
yeah, and when the girlfriend's in the dinner, you gotta go to Montreal.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? So that was Brad.
Sorry,
Right.
that was my reflection. I'm done for the rest of the podcast.
No, that was good. No, it was good. What do you guys feel like of the rest of the past? I don't know, even the year, right? This is the first time we've been doing reflections in a while, and this is like reflecting not just on like recently, but like the whole year. Let's say at this first year of like trying to do stuff.
Ooh, is it we can call this video GMV Rewind 2018.
Rewind. Like resolutions episode.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is like a 1080p resolution right here.
I don't know, what do you guys think? What do you guys feel like?
I don't know, Sam. How do you feel?
I think we tailed off at the end. There was something you said that I wanted to go off of. Then you kept talking, and then I forgot.
I do that a lot.
It was something about the love of it or whatever, and I think I'm like over the past 2 months, not just the holidays, for me at least. Like I've gotten more and more okay with like this not being a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like that sounds I think that sounds bad, but I mean,
No,
I'm
no.
trying to say like I've gotten more and more okay with like what my life is currently, right? And if this doesn't turn into like something huge and like whatever, or like this isn't what we do on a day-to-day basis kind of thing, like I'm more and more like, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Which has also led into me going like, whenever we had those times where we were almost gonna meet up and then we didn't, I could have easily been like, no, we should and push it, but I'm just like, no, like that's fine, we won't meet up. Like I'm not gonna push anybody to do what they don't want to do because I myself don't want to do anything I don't want to do, kind of thing. So that's kind of where I've been at for the past 2 months, not just the holidays. Like even like the stopping editing, I messaged you. I'm straight up like I just don't have the motivation to do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I'd much rather come home from work and just do nothing, which is what I've always done, rather than come home from work, like chill for like 30 minutes and then just start editing this episode and finish it in pretty much like a day. And it's not like I know it's not difficult. Like sitting down and editing, once you start, I can finish a vlog in like 3 hours, kind of thing, and I can get it all done, cut up, whatever, get the pictures in there, and then it's ready to export and stuff like that in 3 hours. But it's just even to getting the motivation to sit down and start doing it is not there for me. And that's been consistent for the past 2 months.
And I'll agree with you there. So, like summertime, me and Kurt, before Kurt started, you jumped around like what, August, September. You went back to seeing doubles, editing.
Oh
editing
yeah,
out.
okay. Yeah, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, so like pre-summertime, I was actually excited to edit seeing doubles, and I would sit there at work, and I work 10-hour shifts 4 or 5 days a week, and my job is very easy, and I can sit there and edit. And an episode of seeing double max takes like 10 hours. So like if I wanted to sit down the whole night or just one night and get an episode done, you can. But like before, I would get one done a week, right? Max 2 weeks for an episode kind of thing. But I don't know, somewhere along the way after summertime, like this last episode, I've worked so much over the holidays where I could have just opened it up for 5 minutes, clicked export and whatever, but just opening up the laptop, I've had no urge to do it. I don't know, I don't know why, but it's definitely for the last like 2 months. Exactly where you are, like 7 weeks for me is the last time I opened up Premiere, like Adobe. And like I was like ready to fucking export and whatever, but for whatever reason, 7 weeks ago I just haven't opened the laptop since, and it's such a weird feeling because I know I'm the opposite. Like I'm not where you're at, where you're like I'm okay with this being my life. I'm okay with where my life's at right now, but I'm not. I want that.
I'm not saying I don't want it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like if it doesn't happen,
Yeah, I guess okay. That I'll agree with. Okay, I thought you were saying like
that's
you
where
don't
I'm
give a
at.
shit.
Like, which also that goes because I have that thought. That thought itself stems into like, well, then like, do you really want to spend time on it? Then if you're already at this stage where you're like yeah, you want it, but like if it doesn't happen, then kind of thing, right? If you already have that thought, then are you really like at a stage where you can like, okay, I'm gonna go sit down and edit kind of thing, like gear yourself into it, or like is that the culmination of you really in your heart being like, you don't want to do this, like you can just do this, which is like nothing, kind of relax and then go back to your regular job, right? And like that's, I guess what I'm trying to say is like that's like where I'm okay and I'm comfortable right now, kind of thing.
I don't think like don't take it as a bad thing, but I think you're very good at accepting things. Sometimes, you know what I mean, like because you've had to, right? And then I'm leading into something in a bit, but with your life, like we've said this a bunch of times, right? Is that you have like your work, right, which takes a lot out of you, right? Like, it takes a lot out of everybody, right? But I feel like your job is pretty taxing. And then you have your family stuff that you just have to do as well, right? So that doesn't leave a lot of energy or time for you to do other things because you're already forced to do a lot of the things that you don't want to do, right?
Yeah.
Or not like don't want to do, but it's not something that you would choose to do.
It's not something I enjoy doing necessarily.
And I think for most of your life you've had that, right?
Yeah.
So when you have the free time, and that's why I brought up this thing before. Remember, I was like, if you're forced to chill for like a month, and like had all your rest, then you could sleep and do nothing for a while. Then what would you do, right? Like that's just an interesting question for me. But I can understand like why, and this is what I'm leading to, is that my ambition seems to be more like than anyone is at the moment, but that's because my life allows for that, I think. You know what I mean? Because I don't have to do, like, I'm not the manager at a pharmacy.
Yeah.
Right? I don't work graveyards, and I don't, you know what I mean? I don't have the things that you guys have, So that might be a reason why that like it allows for me to have the ambition to do all these things. When I think of guys making videos, I think of it as, you know, I really like that. I romanticize that like it's a bunch of us friends, us guys that are trying to make this work, and we all have these things, right? But this is like very high up on the priority list. Like for me, this is like the first thing, and again, that's because my life allows for it, right? But when that's not going well, I don't feel motivated to do other things. Like I actually I'm kind of like, what the fuck am I doing now? Like why am I even going to work and moving out and whatever? Like if this isn't, because all my moves are geared towards this being the thing that's gonna make it like my life thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For example, like Sim, like is not that, right? Like
I'm
your
the
life
opposite.
is your shit's already figured out, and this is like a side thing. It's kind of fun, kind of neat. You get to hang out with your friends, and it's cool to make stuff. Yeah. But it's not like you don't need it. You've already worked
Like,
your shit
if-
out. Your shit's already worked
If tomorrow you were like, we're not doing guys making videos anymore, I feel like I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's fine. Like
I mean, I think all of us would kind of accept it like that.
The wall sneeze here.
Sorry. Well, I don't know. I guess I would feel pretty down. I guess if GMV ended, but
I would feel
I
down.
think we'd all accept it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I'd feel down, but again, like the second that you guys are out, I have nothing tethering me down. Yeah. Nothing holding me back.
So and then there's nothing wrong with that, right? Which I'm okay with all of that. I guess I just need to personally accept that more, because I always envision it, because we always talk about like you know how you always end off your stuff with like, yeah, I'm sure we all want this to turn into something right? Like every time we say that, it sets me up for like a trap, right? Because I'm like, oh well, we all said, like I know it's not that exactly, but I'm like setting myself like, yeah, like we all want this to be the thing, and right? So then when we don't meet up, I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know what's happening. I kind of feel.
That kind of goes into like my mindset here is like I feel like I'm lately promising more than I can give. At least I want to, like I always spread myself out too thin, and I want to do like 80 different things. Like Salil messaged me and he wants me to help him do some animation thing for his app, and I'm just like looking at this. I'm like, can I feasibly add another project? But I just like can't, like I have trouble saying no too. I'm like, yeah, I could try helping, but I'll see how it is. Like, you know, but still, it's like I know I'm just spreading myself out even more thin by agreeing to that or something, you know. And at the same time, it's like I want to do this and this and this and like build my own thing, and I want to do GMV and film videos and like meet up every week and do all that stuff. But it's like feasibly at the point where my life is, I'm trying to like get to your point where I'm just trying to get all my shit together. It's like I'm realizing like I'm spreading myself too thin, and I'm not able to like
juggling too many balls at once.
Exactly. Yeah. It's one of my jobs.
But
but I love this stuff. Like I too romanticize it like Kurt. I know Kurt's got a bigger hand in like this as a whole.
But they would be like bigger hand to juggle the balls.
Yeah, he's got a bigger hand to juggle all the balls. Yeah. No, but like still, it's like I don't know. I want everything I put my effort into to like be quality. And like I don't like sometimes I just like I sign on to too many things that I want to be quality that all of them end up being like half-assed, you know?
I think it's worth noting too that with all of us except for me, which and again this isn't a bad thing, there's more things at the top of the list before this, right? Which is totally okay.
I read the blog.
You read the blog? Oh, I think you're the Sims halfway through.
I read it.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah.
Oh, you finished it? Oh, okay, cool.
I got to
I
the
thought
Sims
it was very nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I don't read it yet. Came out yesterday.
Came
Came out the 31st, didn't it?
Brad, you're always the first when things release.
Yeah,
you get the pre-show.
I do, but not this time.
But yeah, no, I think for me, I guess that's something that I've always struggled with. I guess, which like, and from the beginning of everything, right? As I always struggle with that, is that like that's something that again, it's the same thing. I romanticize it, but in reality, that's not what it is, right? And I think going forward, like I haven't talked about this much, but I was thinking maybe. I don't know if like getting like a job or something that's related to this. Like, not, I wouldn't want to do like, for example, people are like, oh, you should do like weddings and stuff, and I'm like, not
what
terrible. I'm not super excited to do that. Like,
do video editing.
the only
for, like,
way
a
that
company.
like the only way. So just give me a second.
Why would you do weddings?
But the only way
true love.
The only way where that would work though, I feel like, is if you do it for like a weekend and you get paid fat. Like then it's like okay, then it's worth.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I got an idea. Do the wedding videos, but put like yourself and like a little square in the corner, and you could do like live reactions.
Commentary.
See
What the
double
fuck is
wedding
this guy
edition.
wearing? Or...
Yeah. Sorry, okay, go back.
Oh,
Keep
that's
going.
okay.
Who the fuck is that? I got
And
something
then-
to
Oh,
say
she's
after
hot.
you're done. After you're done.
And then no, I was thinking like because maybe,
Sorry. Just imagining it.
but maybe I need to like work for or with someone that has something like similar. Like this is their like main priority.
Yeah.
Like just to learn to see like what are they even doing? Like how do they go about their life, right? But I always kind of like I don't know. I always wasn't super hyped on that because I still like the idea of building something for myself, which I could still do at the same time. But I think I'm starting to acknowledge more that it's like the extreme example is, you know, when there's all these kids that come out with their personal brands or whatever, they have like a t-shirt brand or they have like they come out with something and they just think they're gonna make an app and it's just gonna like be the next Facebook and they just think it's just fucking gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you're fucking 23 years old and you don't know the fuck. Like why would your thing be the next Facebook?
So it's like such a
Right?
saturated market. Like,
Yeah.
Give up.
Whereas like if you think about like
Give up.
if the number
Sorry.
No. But if you think about it, if you heard like, oh, the number 2 at Nike broke off and made his own brand, you'd be like, that makes sense. He's the number up.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
He's fucking the number 2 at
Good
Nike.
luck. Nike.
Yikes.
The number 2
Can't-
Nike's branching off and making his own Facebook app.
Yeah.
It's like, wait.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's
Take
because
the gun out right now.
Loaded. Continue. Sorry.
Sorry.
it's okay.
All jokes all the time. Welcome back.
Number 2.
God, couldn't even get the top
God.
gun.
You couldn't even mean Nike himself.
Mr. Nike.
Mr. Nike. Okay, sorry. We're reflecting here.
What makes you do that? Can I say anything?
Oh, no, just hold on. What was
Let
I
him
saying?
finish
I
his
don't remember what I was saying anymore. Oh, just like
number 2.
just to gain the experience and just to learn and be like worth. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Even because it's kind of like why like when I think of us having a personal brand, it's like why do we even deserve to have one?
Mhm.
Like what have we done really, right? Like we make a couple videos, like we
Hey,
just play video games.
Your
and it's
blog
not,
said
like,
we've done 40 vlogs.
So this is what I want to talk about. Can I just make a real
Okay,
quick point?
yeah, go ahead.
What we always do,
There's always meat on a Thursday.
yes, Thursday, Saturday, that's how we do it. Yes, thank you.
I got just a joke.
Right there, out of the park. What we
always
always do,
one thing, this reflections, and he killed it.
yes, what we always do is we talk about how much we're not doing and meeting up and not filling our expectations and not doing all that. And I agree, we're not wrong to do that. We're reflecting and all that. But what we rarely talk about, I find, is all the shit we've accomplished. I don't give a fuck if we have 1 million subscribers or fucking 6. I'm like, the fact that we've put out fucking, I don't know, what is it, like 40,
100
like
plus,
120 plus videos,
Yeah.
40 scene doubles, 2 close, we're like writing season 2, you know, or filming season 2, like 2 seasons of a fucking like web series and all this stuff. I'm like, yo, I didn't think this shit was gonna go anywhere. It started off with a fucking website idea about writing reviews, then we fucking took it, made the video portion of it. Then
Still
kept
waiting
going
for
with
my
like,
review to come out.
The one you wrote.
Final Fantasy 15. Do you want to buy it or not?
That's too good.
No.
You should just have a video like this.
That's funny.
No, I'm sorry, but honestly, no, you're right. Cause like it's so easy to focus on like,
The negative.
well, we haven't met up in enough in the month or whatever, blah
Yeah.
blah. But like when I look at the YouTube channel, sometimes I'm like, we have this many fucking videos. Like I'm not saying every video is gold, but
Yeah.
like some of them, I'm like, yo, this is good quality. Like I've shown people seeing double, and they're like, oh, you guys put some good like effort in this. Or I show them like front desk, and they're like, oh, it's an actual like show. Like that's awesome.
And the cool thing is that you can go back and check on it. Like
Yeah.
10 years later, like you're like, yo, Simran, you don't have a dad.
wait, 10 years later, he still doesn't have one.
That's not gonna change.
some things never.
Some can hope. Someone can hope, you know.
Oh my god.
But you know what's weird is now that now that you talk about this, and we always talk about Whiplash.
Yeah.
Weirdly, with this, that's the one thing where I have that. So Whiplash is this movie where
I love
Drummers.
that movie.
yeah, but I'll just
Have you watched? Has everybody watched it?
yeah.
It's
Well,
so
for
good.
the sake of the
Yeah.
podcast,
He
I'll
made
explain
La
it.
La Land.
But he did make La La
And
Land.
First Man.
Yeah.
It's good. They're all good.
The astronaut movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he
They're all-
drummer? Is he an astronaut that's a drummer?
Sorry,
as well?
let's
Sorry, continue.
No, I just want to make jokes.
They're all about people that,
Is he an
that
astronaut?
try really hard at things.
Oh, okay.
No, but it's like Mayweather, right? He's like never enough. Like it's never enough. Like you could there's two ways, right? There's look at like so let's say like in kickboxing, sometimes I get like beat up or something, right, by like a pro guy, and I'm just like, fuck, am I even any good? Right? So there's two things I could do here. The first thing is, well, he's a pro fighter. I've only been training for like a year and a half, 2 years, right? Like I'm doing pretty well. Like I didn't fucking die. I did pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm getting better, right? I feel better. That's fine, right? The other way is like, fuck that. I'm fucking better. I can be better. I have potential. I'm gonna fucking train way harder, and I'm gonna fucking get there. You know what I mean?
Positivity, take the
Yeah.
positivity.
Well, I mean, it's not positive. I mean, that could be negative too, right? That could be like, you're a piece of shit. Like, you fucking suck. Get better, right? Like, but it's two different ways of thinking, right? There's like, oh, make yourself feel better, and then there's like, no, I'm not gonna lose, or I'm not, right? Like, it's never enough. Like, some type of like work fucking harder to get there, right? And I do acknowledge, like, I know when you read the blogs, and I say that to you guys sometimes, you're like, oh, remember when it was just an idea, I want you guys to be friends, and you guys are friends.
Yeah,
Or I say that shit all the time.
In the car, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, we made a lot of videos, and I acknowledge those things. But I'm also like, because my ambition and whatever is way fucking up here, I know if we go at the pace we're going at, and not always, like sometimes we're going more than we are, you know, us up and down, right? But the past month or two or whatever, if we're going at this pace, I'm like, we're not gonna, it's not, you know what I mean? Like if I sit here, I'm like, oh, we made 120 videos, cool, and then I chill, we're not gonna get there, you know what I mean? But that's me, right? Again, and that goes back to like, what do you guys want, right? And we're getting pretty close to, like, I think you guys are very open with that, right? Like Sim said, he's okay with if it doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think Zach, like, I know you really do value your comic a lot. Like, you don't talk about it as much here because you're trying to be more GMV focused, right? But I think you value your comic and your personal artistic journey a lot, right? And I think this comes, I don't know, you read the blog, right? It comes in like a second, third, which is still very high.
I agree.
Right?
I wish I could say it's number one for me at the moment, but like you're right. Like,
I wish,
But it's not.
Yeah.
It's dead last.
maybe if you put out the review, I'll reconsider.
Oh, there you go.
No.
Second, oh god, take the gun out, dude.
Honestly, it does go in waves too. Like
Yeah.
some weeks I'm not
Yeah.
feeling comic stuff, and I'm like, oh, I want to do videos because like I obviously look up to a lot of people who do video YouTube stuff. But no, you're right.
Yeah, Ricky Bobby taught us one thing: if you're not first, you're last. And so,
Yeah.
if Zach's not focusing on GMV, we all lose.
So
So you better change your fucking outlook to the
I'll
bud.
get the car out of the shop and we'll
Yeah.
get this going.
You heard it here first, guys. Montreal road trip coming with Zach's
I mean,
car.
hey, if we move to Montreal, we might be able to buy a studio. It's cheap.
Might be able to buy Ring Club.
That's what I
We
was
might,
thinking.
Yeah,
we might be able to buy Zach a girlfriend.
true.
Oh.
There's a good red light district there.
Oh,
And
you would go for that?
And then tune her up at the shop.
Tune her up.
All right, back to reflecting. Sadi, you got anything to say?
Yeah, you never
Great.
say anything.
No,
about
So,
hold on,
guys-
Oh, yeah, something.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I lost the drive. Like from. No, I'm gonna be straight up.
This is real though. It's real.
No, this is actually
Tell us
real.
that real thing.
No,
Tell
like
us
when
that.
we started in 2017, like I had so much drive, you
Yeah.
know, like. No, I'm
Hey, no, it's
let me no.
it's just
Let him
It
talk.
started with
Let him
that
talk. I promise.
because yeah. No,
It-
let me just
it's
speak
just-
my no. Let me
funny,
just speak.
man.
I'm just being real right now. This
Yeah.
is real talks.
You have to try it.
I
Just keep
fucking
going. Yeah.
hate GM. Nah, but actually, 2017, like I had so much drive, you know, editing. You know, I wanted to learn. Curtis helped me out, you know. And then Minority Report, obviously, I only made 3 episodes.
You made 3?
I only made 3.
Dude, I think
Wait a
like one.
No, I only made 3.
Let's go
And then-
on, whatever.
Obviously, like 2018, I would just make these skits, you know. Kurt and I would just like work on them,
Yeah.
and then sometimes I would just do my own thing, you know. And then like me and you would just go do carpool karaoke, and then I would be like, "Yo, the next episode's gonna come," and then it would never come. And Curtis would be like, "Yo," instead of just saying that, just just tell them, hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, peace. Like just instead of saying, "Yo, episode 2 is coming out like next week" and stuff. But I think I've just been focused more on myself, to be honest. Just going to the gym, working out, trying to work long. I've been working like long shifts, 2 jobs, this, that. So like fucking just trying to figure out what I want to do and just push myself to do more things, and obviously GMB is one of those things. But I just gotta figure out.
I also think that like Minority Report, because we were ragging on you so much, like kind of ruined it. Like that's the worst when people are like, "You're gonna do that thing," and then if everybody's like, "You're gonna do that," you're like, "I don't want to fucking do the thing." Like fuck off now. Like now I don't want to fucking do the thing. You know what I mean? Like I think we kind of ruined that a little bit for you. But also Minority Report's a pretty taxing show to do.
Yeah.
Like
It is,
drinking
but,
fucking gross shit. No,
I know you guys always talk. Oh, like when I talk to this guy at the gym and he likes these videos, whatever's. The most feedback I've gotten for our videos is that Minority Report is funny.
You know, people
that's-
love Minority
They
Report.
love.
Just
the-
like seeing people.
They love
like,
the 3
suffer.
episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's usually fun.
Yeah.
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 I swear half the memes on Instagram are just people like getting hit, punch, falling, doing like
Yeah,
stupid
sure,
shit.
yeah.
Just-
It's hilarious.
yeah, it's fucking
So
jokes.
true.
Yeah. So we're bringing it back.
Yeah, episode 4 coming out next week.
Next
It's
week.
90% done. No, the reason I laughed, sorry, I wasn't trying to laugh at you. It was just the funniest thing is because all the jokes up until now is you're like, guys, I do all the work, all
Yeah,
the
no.
things every time,
No,
and
yeah.
then he goes, so 2017. I was like, what? It just made me fucking die. I was like, oh, that's classic.
But yeah,
I love that we got it on video because
Yeah.
every single one of us watched that in slow motion,
Yeah.
like literally all crack up at the same time. Classic. All right, continue.
no, like I would just say like, oh yo, this is a sick idea, and then I'd be like,
You still do that to this day. Like I love it. It's still like
no, it's a sick idea, but I would never like, you know, like even Chris said,
Execute
like,
it.
write it down, like, you know,
Yeah,
figure
you
it out, you know,
execute it.
get everyone together, you know, but I wouldn't do that.
Look-
I would just be, dude, I would literally work a 10-hour shift doing absolutely nothing. I would rather, you know, like I would be like, yo, I'm just gonna watch a movie, you know, like I wouldn't be like, yo, okay, what's the first thing, what's the second thing for GMV, you know, this skit, you know, like whatever this that, and I don't, like it's like a really bad thing, you know, and it's just,
Well, but I think a lot of people have that. Like, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, where they're like, "Oh, I have all these ideas." Like, I don't know why I'm thinking about like a lot of girls say they want to do fucking their makeup stuff, but
yeah.
they don't do that. Or like a lot of guys like we could be those funny. We could do 9gag funny shit.
yeah.
We could be whatever. You guys know Hammy TV.
No.
Oh, that's the one where the guy always pranks his girlfriend and the
Oh,
girlfriend pranks
I think
him.
I.
Shit like that. And then I'm sure there's tons of people that are like, we could do that, but then they don't. But I think a lot of that, I mean, this isn't the only thing, but like with you, like you said, you're trying to work on yourself and stuff like that, right? And like, it's like Sim has his work. Like everybody has things that come before that, which at the time you don't think of it at the time because you're like, oh, I have a 10-hour shift of like free time that I could do whatever I want. So you're not thinking about it, but there's more in your psyche that's stopping you from doing it just because it's like, well, you don't even, it's like me, like actually when I don't feel like training or what else do I do? I don't know. Playing video games sometimes, like doing what other stuff like in my life. I don't think about it until I'm like, oh, it's probably because the video stuff isn't going right. Like I noticed that. Like, and as soon as we meet up again, I'm more like I do everything else. I go train, I work out, I fucking play video. I'm like fucking hyped again. I'm like I'm in a really good mood. But I don't think about like when I'm in a bad mood, I'm just like I don't know why I'm in a bad I'm just in a bad mood. But I know myself now enough that it is the video stuff that is the thing that changes my mood. Like I figured that out, but it's just at the time when I'm feeling down, I don't know what it is.
Is
And
it specifically meeting up that triggers it back, or is it more just like if you just get back, like even doing it by yourself or whatever?
that's the thing is I've yet to do. I've tasted doing it myself of like just me camera
Yeah.
and then editing it, but it's still like I said, a huge part of it is me romanticizing all of us. So it comes from like that's why in the I think the blog I said like squeezing out as much as I can. Like even if we meet out like once a month, I can
Yeah.
try to squeeze out as much content of us because that's the part that I like. And Brad says this too, right? Like that's why you like editing seeing doubles because it's like me and my friends. It's
Yeah.
so cool. Like it's funny. It's me and my
I would
friends.
never.
right?
Yeah, like I honestly, maybe change it 20 years in the future, but I could not see myself. You know how every other guy does it with him, with the game by himself.
That's
Like
what I
the
was saying is like
commentating?
yeah, like me
Yeah.
or like well that I could maybe see myself doing like sort of stuff like that, but the whole thing like GMB as a whole, like I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm not super hyped on like Curtis's brand. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
my own personal brand. I'm not
Yeah.
terribly hyped on that. I don't know why. Like a lot of people do that, like Instagram and all that stuff, and that's great. Just I don't. It doesn't motivate. It's not. I don't. It's not. That's not romantic to me,
Mhm.
right? But again, like that seems sometimes like at odds with, you know, my
What's happening?
ambition being all this high and I want to do all these things. But like I said, if I can, and this is the struggle I've had from the beginning, right? But if I can somehow acknowledge that like that my ambition is this high, but I can still get some time with you guys, like once every 2 weeks or something, right? And we can still do things and make that work somehow, then that I should be okay with that. You know what I mean? That's why, like, you know, I always try to like brainstorm with you guys. It's like, oh, maybe we need to do the uncensored podcast because we like to just shoot the shit, right? Like, and maybe the vlog it should be stronger because it's like we like to just dick around and like do whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I know we romanticize, like all of us romanticize making the TV show and I don't know, seeing doubles and whatever, like more produced content, like me and Zach and like all of us, like we romanticize that type of content.
Not me. Definitely.
But I mean, naturally, we do like to just hang around, right?
Sorry.
I'm like, fuck GMP.
Yeah.
I don't have the drive.
Yeah. After this season, I feel like it wouldn't hurt for us for a bit to like focus on the easier content for just a bit, just to get back in the motion. I guess I don't know. How do you guys feel about that?
I think after season 2 there should be a hiatus. I think that we should go on hiatus after season 2.
After season 2, fuck it.
No.
God,
Season 2, we're
No, I
canceled.
like Front Desk.
We
I
got
like this like
canceled.
world we built and the characters.
Oh,
and
definitely
stuff,
season 3 is
but
coming out.
it's just
not a.
Just in like 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but I like
I don't know.
the pipeline of it is like because
Yeah.
it's literally like I don't know, like
I'm not saying we stop. I'm just saying
No,
like,
I
for
know.
a month or two, just like seeing doubles or
Yeah, I'd seen those and other
vlogs
stuff.
or
Yeah.
like
yeah.
easier
Like,
stuff.
switch it up.
You know what I mean?
But I still think I don't know. I think Sim's always down to like brainstorm front desk. Like
No,
I think
for
that
sure.
you
it's
guys-
easy to just whatever.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
I think that
And
you guys
honestly,
all-
a lot of front desk comes from the shit that we talk about.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's
Just
I was just going to
execute
say
it.
is I think that you guys all love front desk and writing and directing and all that stuff, and I'm not saying no to that, and obviously we'll do it in the future, of course. But what I think is you guys should find some way, because I swear to God, in the fucking chat, like the chat is exactly what I expect, like not expect, exactly how I envision GMV. It's all fucking jokes while trying to figure out stuff. Like if we can somehow, I wish the chat was a script. Like literally every time we talk, it's all jokes and we're all laughing. We're all getting a kick out of this, but somehow put that out like without script. Like I'm not a scripted show.
You know what? You know what I just envisioned as you're saying that is the Instagram story. Is if we all like it'd be like, yeah, so like we're supposed to meet up today and whatever, and then like Zach's like, yeah, so my car's in the shop.
Hey, so
And then Sim's like, yeah, like I don't really feel like coming today because Zach's car's in
I
there.
was
Like,
supposed to be there an hour ago.
yeah.
And then Tadi's like, yo, my last episode was 2017.
So remember 2017.
Yeah.
That would just be a funny Instagram story.
Yeah, wait.
right?
Honestly, we just need to use it more.
Yeah. And
You have. That it's 100. You have actually been posting
I
on
have-
the Instagram
yeah.
story.
A bit. But I slowed down in the holidays a bit.
Actually,
too,
yeah,
like,
I actually like that when you were like, Sadi, pick up the phone, and I text you, and I'm like, yo, and you're like, bruh, I called you like 7 times, and you guys were eating like fucking
From like some feedback I've got, I know people like that too. Like seeing like so there's that one where we're all blackjack dealing, and then
Oh yeah.
and then the other picture was Sim at the Canucks
Yeah,
game.
I
That
saw
was just
Me and Kuz at the Canucks game, I saw him like, what the fuck are these guys doing?
Yeah.
And I was drunk and like, fuck it. Let's,
Yeah,
let's do it.
what did I write? Guys making money or guys dealing cards or something?
Yeah,
and you're
it's
like,
like
guys
guys
watching
watching
hockey.
Yeah.
Like, and I loved it. Like, that's all, like, and it's all started with that one with the Hodor, the Game of Thrones. If you had Game of Thrones
Yeah.
album, and I swear to God, the amount of people that saw that
yeah.
and, like, died laughing, like, it was freaking hilarious.
Actually, yeah, that
And
specifically, I remember getting a lot of.
Those
comments
ones were
about
like,
stuff.
I don't know how we came up with such clever titles. Like, Jess Hodor, I'm going home.
Hodor,
And
I'm going home.
are you gonna be my girl?
Oh yeah.
And
I don't remember.
there was, and then I had like a
Wasn't
Drake
a
track.
joke.
So just for context, because I don't think was this on GMV. This wasn't even on GMV, was it?
Yeah, no. It was when
No.
Game of Thrones was still going on.
Yeah, so
It
Nick
was
Nag.
on Swig
Yeah.
Swag.
So it was the better channel, Big Nag official.
We
But
liquidated it.
we I don't know if you guys even watch Seeing Double, because I know a lot of people don't watch Seeing Double, but
Oh.
and one hasn't come out in a while.
Shots
So we
fired.
have this running joke.
Joke cycle.
We have this running joke where we like make albums for things. It doesn't even really make sense as a joke, but it'll make sense if you watch Seeing
Yeah.
Double. But we're like, if Game of Thrones had a mixtape, like an album, what would it? And we
What
just
would the track
every
be?
track
And
is
then you
something
just-
stupid.
You do puns of people's
Yeah,
names.
pretty much
Yeah.
puns.
It's
Yeah.
it's all puns all the time, and sometimes it gets really funny. Sometimes it's terrible. Like, is that sushi? I already knew or something that I said. It was terrible.
Can you cook it, please? I don't like
Raw
fish.
fish.
Something like that.
Oh yeah.
It was just a comment.
That's just, yeah, that's something people say.
Yeah. But well, now that I think about it, it wasn't actually that bad. I'm just kidding. No, but continue. Sorry, so you were saying like.
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. And honestly, like all the jokes we make, it's about the knick-knack stuff. Like I don't know about Rain Club. Like I just make fun of you because this is funny. But the knick-knack stuff is we are knick-knacks. We just moved over to what? Serious.
This just said.
No,
Your 2019
continue.
announcement.
It's not
We're closing
racist,
down
okay.
GMP.
No, but
We're
it
reopening
really
Nick.
like and Baines, one of our close friends, he we all worked on knick-knack with him. He like gave him his blessing and like we all just migrated like on the page. I was looking at it today. Like it's like, hey guys, we got something new in store. We're moving. Like all jokes aside, we are at our core the same people. Like we're doing the same stuff, similar shows and all that. Like I don't know. I always find the jokes and we always like get a kick out of it. We always make the
I
jokes.
just think our name is less offensive now.
But I mean, it wasn't even offensive to begin with. I don't know
It's
what
pretty
that was.
close.
Honestly, most of my friends are
To niggle.
They're like,
to-
are you sure?
No, literally everybody.
everybody.
The first like.
Yes.
What,
Yeah.
What was it? What was it?
Knick-knacks.
It's like,
Yeah.
can you say it again?
To niggle and to nag, and then they're like, oh, like yeah, like
When you have to
nobody-
explain it.
They're like, that's is that a word?
yeah, niggle, yeah.
Yeah.
It's to find small faults.
Sometimes
And
they don't even want
nag
to say
and
it. They're
complain.
like, they ask me like, yo, what is that?
Like, you say it.
You say it.
I'm not gonna say you.
If
say
you have
it.
to explain the name every time,
It's yeah.
It's the
Probably-
best. It gets
that's
people
why-
talking.
might be a little racist.
Okay,
I'm
so
kidding,
hold
I'm
on.
joking.
What do you call someone that nags a lot?
I don't
Brad.
want to.
I'm just saying. To niggle and to nag is to find small faults and complain. We were a review company, so it made sense. When we started making game videos, it made less sense. That's why we changed it. Like guys making videos, because that's what we do. We make videos. But yeah, no, I still think that we are. It's in our DNA. It's
Well,
in
I
our
think
blood.
we've grown. We've changed a lot.
We have 100%.
And that's part of the reason why.
We changed our name and whatever.
It's
But
a lot less
But-
racist.
Well, no, I think it's just interesting to see the evolution.
Now we're just sexist.
That's fine.
Oh, God.
Number 2.
People,
No, I think it's interesting.
people making videos.
How many times did they fucking cut Kurt off that?
Okay,
I didn't talk for like 15 minutes.
I think it's nice that.
Sorry. I think it's nice that. Anyway, it's like playing that game where you had to work. I think it's nice that.
There we go.
Sorry, go on, Kurt. Yeah, my
I
blessing.
don't even remember what I was gonna say anymore.
You always do this, Sal.
By the way, when we were playing King's Cup and we were streaming, I thought that was good.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
And if we don't get together do seeing double, we might it's a good idea
We
to
should
get together.
play games.
Funhouse,
Play games,
Funhouse
drink.
does board games.
They have board, but that's a produced
They
show.
played
for
that show we played.
They played
the game that played.
Sheriff of Nottingham, yeah.
Yeah, you take the smuggling the
Yeah.
fucking crap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. I was just gonna say. Because Knick-Knack was different. Because Knick-Knack was we thought we were gonna be GameSpot,
Yeah,
and then we started making funny videos.
yeah.
And then we're like making skits, and I was like, okay, we're not even doing that. And then I figured it was like, well, we don't even know what we're doing, but we know we like making videos.
Mhm.
So now let's just call it
Guys
guys,
making videos.
And also, a lot of people I think appreciate like as soon as everybody hears guys making videos, like anybody, they're like, oh, you actually you got that name. Like nobody else is called guys making videos.
Mhm.
And second of all, they think it's nice because it's just like humble. It's just like, oh, that's what it is,
Mhm.
right? Whereas like I feel like even no offense to all these other names, but a lot of these names don't appeal to me when they're like you could tell they thought it was cool.
Like,
Dude Perfect or whatever, or Dude Failure or whatever, like
Dude Perfect,
Dude
yeah.
Perfect. And you kind of like, it's not a bad name, but it's also like you could tell they're like, yeah, like that's kind of a neat thing. And like some of these names kind of just don't like hit with me sometimes.
Yeah.
Like Funhouse is okay because it's not trying to, it's just like a basic.
Basic,
But then they spelled it kind of different, so you're like, ooh, but it's kind of like it doesn't do anything for me.
It's
like,
German because they're Nazi
yeah, it's
propaganda.
house. Yeah.
Yeah.
House.
Yeah.
Like I get it, but you see
Schnitzel,
what I'm saying?
it's
Like
They're all white males.
it's because it's like their joke,
Mhm.
so it doesn't like resonate with me as much. Whereas guys making videos is more like just basic. But again, this is subjective.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, of course,
totally
of course.
personal taste.
Yeah.
But
Yo, one thing, I actually have an idea right now. It's actually pretty sick. You know how the skits that we did? You know when he's like, I'll be there like 5 minutes. Like I'm in the car.
Yeah.
I'll pick you up. Like that should just be like on like continuous thing. Like like or like
Oh, like when I travel to Japan, I film a part of me going like, yeah, I'm just on my like with
I'll
Toga
be
down
in
the
Japan,
background.
I'll be there. in
like
the
just
next
like
week.
different situations where this guy just pisses you off. You're like, bro, like, are you serious?
Like, he's
like,
the same dude.
Like he's the
every-
same
yeah, yeah.
dude, and then like
But then it's like we need ongoing skits,
Mhm.
so we need to set up a base of skits. And
yeah,
then,
or the Game of Thrones ones. Where he's like the Seven Fathers, and like you should just have like another skit like doing the same thing. He's like, dude, are you like
but it's
yeah.
different situations.
yeah different
Yeah.
situations like
Like part 2.
yeah part
Yeah.
twos and stuff. I was just thinking about it. I was like, yo, these are pretty funny skits.
So,
like,
to,
why don't you-
so
yeah.
to start off on like getting a base, we need supplies and pylons. You require additional pylons. No more jokes.
Or like
Alright.
you're eating cereal.
Sounds like
It's because the tone at the beginning of the sentence was like, this is like a serious.
Yeah.
this is like-
Yeah, right.
And then it's StarCraft.
yeah.
and they thought
But yeah,
they
no,
thought wrong.
I actually think skits were like fun and we should keep doing them. It's just like again, like all the things. This always goes back to like how much time and how much you guys want to do, right? Because it's like we barely meet up for how many hours a week, let alone all these ideas for the things we want to do. So it's kind of like hard to like because we're trying to like finish season 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's a question.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was trying to get. Our fucking group chat is a perpetual skit. It's
Yeah, yeah,
ongoing,
right.
never stops.
Yeah.
And if we can just get that, like,
So we should just
But-
post our conversation. Yo, watch it, subscribe.
We have one 10-minute video of screenshots. Of
Yeah.
no, but if there was a
And then
way,
Sim said, and then Jackson, and then Jared said,
Or
Suzette.
yeah, we have a video of just you on the screen with the phone, and you're literally reading it off like
Yeah.
that. So Brat was like,
No, I didn't even better.
and then Sim came in, and Sim was
Exactly.
also like,
It's exactly that, but I'm in front of a fireplace, and like,
Just
I'm in a
reading
nice
it.
chair, got a comfy sweater on.
like a
like a
corporate-
robe, like a
Welcome.
robe.
Yeah. You have a
Welcome
pipe,
back from the
I'm
commercial.
Sim said.
Yeah. pipe in one hand and the phone in the other hand.
Yeah.
And then you
I
start-
got to start a show called Commercial Break.
No man, 1,000 questions of
So
Brad.
that way, when you say welcome back from the, you can say welcome back to commercial break
Yeah.
instead of welcome back from the commercial.
Welcome
break.
back to the Commercial Break.
Yeah.
The show's
At the
called
start of
Commercial-
every episode.
Yeah.
And it'll actually make sense.
Yeah. I'm gonna start it. The Commercial Break.
And then the episode will end right there.
I think we should just like I said, I think we should milk the Instagram stories.
Mhm.
Like that would just be funny. Like even if we don't meet up, at least we have an Instagram story about us not meeting up.
Yeah. We can do that.
Yeah, and then, perfect. I'm still on this the commercial break thing because then when we switch over to seeing those, welcome back from the commercial break. You know, what I got from this is we don't really care, and that's okay. And sometimes we do care, sometimes we don't. But it's been real. It's been fun.
It's
Been
been
funeral.
funeral.
That's how we end every podcast. It's been funeral.
It's been funeral.
Take it easy, guys.
I don't know this joke.